Anyone who may be looking, this is not a tarot deck, this is a Lenormand deck. I don't typically read with the Lenormand cards, that's not what I was trained and learned how to do. So we're not going to be talking about the meanings of the cards because I don't know all the meanings of the Lenormand deck. I typically read with tarot cards, but we can still talk about the method of reading with the Lenormand deck. So shuffling to me is so unimportant. Shuffling is so unimportant to me because it doesn't matter. To me, and the way I learned is that shuffling is not the point of the reading at all. The cards already know from the second you pick up the deck what it is that you're going to ask. I could take this and read it just like this. I could tap on it, whatever my psychological connection is to make me feel like I'm doing some shit. Shuffling to me is just a psychological, connection to make you feel like you're doing some shit. The cards will already preset. If they're random and you read from random relationships with their cards, and what's the point of shuffling? You're just creating more random relationships. So, but I would shuffle it. For me, shuffling just creates a time for me to empty my mind and try to make that connection to the divine or to that power that does influence and does read the cards for me and through me. So that's all I'm doing when I'm shuffling is calming my mind.
No way.
As I'm shuffling, the cards will tell me the pattern that I'm supposed to lay them. I don't use spreads because I think spreads are too confining. The cards will tell me where to. So let's say it's a couples reading, right? I might do a card here and a card there to represent, the two different people, right? And so this is going to represent the male and the female, or be it a gay relationship, female, male, whatever. These are just the two separate people. And so let's say they come to me and they say we're having difficulty in our relationship right now. Then I'll see these two, and then I'll do this to represent the difficulty that they're having between each other. Now, this could be good enough, depending on what the situation is. These three cards could tell me everything I need to know to continue the reading. But usually, you got someone who wants to, and so you're like, all right, cool. This is detail to me, and this detail gets me closer to the problem.
To the problem.
And so I'm getting closer and closer to what this issue is, and the cards are telling me how to lay these cards out. Sometimes they're right here, and it's going to be building down this way, but the cards will tell me. And so that's one way they communicate with me is in the way I lay them, right? And so eventually they typically will end up right here for further detail to get to the point of the matter. Usually there's something hidden and something that needs to connect all of this. And so a connector would be a bridge, and I would lay it side to side for me. And so this gives me information down, and then it gives me information from this card up. Now let's say I was having problems with my finances, right? You interested? You want to come and look at it? Pull up a chair.
I'm about to.
Just stand there and look, baby.
Well, we're gonna give you.
You got a question?
Just right.
So let's say I was having financial issues, right? And I was shuffling the cards. Once again, I'm quiet in my mind, and things are coming to me as I'm shuffling, including how to lay the cards out. Oftentimes in tarot cards, you'll see finances represented by pentacles, stability and whatnot. The sun and circles, big circles. Even the ace of pentacles is a big circle. And so I like to start off with, if it's going to be a financial reading, it's going to be one thing at a time, right?
Right.
And then to further explain, here, and then here. But with finances, what I find is that they're always something that a lot of times, especially when you're working or if it's finances with a spouse or anything like that, there's something that you don't know. There's something in between these actions that you got to figure out. And to me, that's always going to be a bridge, and the card should be laid side to side. And this is just the way that I read. Different people got different meanings or whatever. And so let's say I get here and I get this. I get it, right? The cards are telling me, they're talking to me. And then here I don't get it. Let's say there's something crazy happens here and I don't know how is this happening. Everything's so good up here. Why did I get, this card that's saying things just went to hell?
Right.
What happened? And so now I got to find out. I got to get some detail, right? Detail. This entire time, the cards are telling me where to lay them out. Right. So it may be here. And then later on, I find out that it's got to go down here. And then I find out that there's a connection that happened here. And so this is a square, right? And so I can tell the person I'm reading, this is the pattern itself is the pattern of what's going on. So we started out here, and then you caught yourself yourself up in the square right here. And this is the pattern that happened here, and it all came from detail from this car. That extended here, and then went down to connect to the bottom aspect. And so they'll say, okay, how did I get myself caught up in this triangle, and what's my freedom, right? One card in the middle. Who and what happened that caught you up in the middle of this trap that you created for yourself? And so that's how I might read, a financial situation. But once again, it's different for everybody. It's coming to me as I'm doing it. The cards will speak as I'm laying them out. So hit me with an example question that I can maybe have
An example question. Well, I really don't have anything to do. I think everything is going great.
Just a hypothetical question.
It's still being recorded.
Huh? Keep recording.
You never know how the finances going to be. Let's just say. How the finances going to be. Now, if it's bad, you're going to have to delete this.
It's already sitting.
What you saying?
See them.
Picture says 1,000 words.
Now, I don't know if you have some land or what, but I'm getting pictures of grass, and I'm getting pictures of land.
That's funny because we're thinking about buying the home that we live in.
Okay.
And one of the main things is the grass. We want to make the grass look better.